The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Begs through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Janae's Uniform Center, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, Click, KFC, the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog, where you did that when they think tough. No food, clean water fi drink up. Now me and the dog, them a link up. Big truck, 20-inch rim, just a spin up. The pioneer just a kicks up. And a hip-hop calypso. You can't see the star to the tint up. Plus me and the Cuban a link up. Rose gold for the Cuban linked up. How much ice just a and me rings up. From what day you may find out, certain people don't like me. Everyone focus back a thing now. Begs through me, I do it like Nike. But me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me, me just a go and do me thing now. Me just a do it like Nike.
A Tuesday, July 25th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty in your company right up until 6 p.m. And it is the Tuesday edition. We got lots to talk about. Look out for Freeport. I know Freeport's supposed to be chiming in, Mr. Producer, so keep an eye out for Sarah. And, you know, I got a little FYI for you before we get everything started. Like to, you know, keep you in the know and get you where you want to go. And I got to pick up the sponsors each and every time. And, of course, Collect is proud to be 50, so the Bear of the Bahamas has decided to give you the chance to be one of 5 $1,000 cash prize winners. Every week starting June 30th, you can enter to win $1,000 at participating liquor stores and bars. Just purchase a 3-pack of Collect and write your name, number, and email on the back of your receipt to enter to win. Keep on listening out. You could be the next winner. And don't forget, it's Tuesday, so you know it's all about Crazy Tuesdays. At KFC, you get 5 pieces of chicken for $10. All right, original, spicy, or barbecue, or mix it up. But don't forget, listen, Bahamas, let's bucket together this summer with KFC. Grab a bucket of delicious KFC fried chicken and kick back with friends and family, whether it's original, spicy, or barbecue. KFC has the flavors you crave. Remember, Bahamas, when you bucket, he buckets, she buckets, then we bucket together. Make sure you don't go through the summer without checking this one off your bucket list. KFC, it's finger-licking good. And sometimes you just got to say bucket, you know what I mean? Don't forget, John's is the authorized distributor for Chef Work Chef. We're the most respectable global culinary brand. John's carries chef jackets, chef pants, aprons, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John's is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary Tools that make a better chef. Both of these great items, all of these great items available for you at John's Careware, Rosetta Street, and Carmichael Road. Both locations open for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And don't forget, Dunkin's done it again. That's right, Bahamas. Get ready for something very delicious this summer. Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. This delicious iced beverage features bold espresso with sweet strawberry marbled over milk and ice, topped with velvety whipped cream and cookie crumbles for match made in latte heaven. Make it a strawberry summer this year with Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Lattes available exclusively at Dunkin', because you know the Bahamas runs on Dunkin', and that's available for you at all locations: downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Brennan Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, Carmichael, the newest location, and of course out at the airport, pre-clearance pre-clearance and departure, all right, and arrivals. So they got you covered any which way. Dunkin', you're running on Dunkin', all right, and make it a berry summer, all right. That Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte is off the chain. Now that I got that out of the way, you know how to chime in. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free in any one of the family islands, Grand Bahama, Abaco, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. So, fully loaded show today. We may hear from Freeport. All right? I know Sarah may be traveling today. But if she's not, I'm sure she's going to chime in. So keep an eye out, Mr. Producer. And we'll double check if we're going to hear from Ground Bahama today or not. But while I wait to find that out, we check the text lines. Great show as usual, Naughty. Good news. People don't have to park on the beach no more with your movie, or park in the car, or park your car in the bush. People could carry the movie to the Hilton for free. If it's good for the Chinese, it's good for us. Boy, I tell you. Boy, listen here. Text, I don't know what you was trying to say in that text, because it was all typing, no punctuation, but I get where you're going with it. Yeah. If it's good for the Chinese, it's good for us. Yeah, we need to go stay there. Let's do a party there this weekend. And I didn't know it was open back up. Let's get into the headliners. Who are what's making headlines in the 242, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Be sure to check them out. Both locations have new arrivals in stock, both available for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. The flagship store, top of the hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. And feel free to chime in when we get into the headlines. Let me know how you feel on all what we're going to talk about. Here's just blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views in Madison's 1844. Pintard tells House of Immigration violations. Report stated minister approved permit after deportation. PM promises to address immigration concerns. But when are you going to address the immigration concerns, Mr. Prime Minister? When you all put your story together, or shouldn't you have a release immediately available, or something, very prompt? This continuing, stall, for lack of a better word, till Wednesday. Which y'all can say on Wednesday that you can't say today or yesterday? Minister accuses Bell of dishonesty over funeral citizenship swearing in. Let me know what your take is on that. And Mr. Bell, I'll be honest with you. I mean, since in your portfolio now that you have the ability to speak to dead people without the use of a Ouija board, I want to know how my mommy and Monty doing and how Kobe doing. What you saying, Mr. Bell? You can't make a call for me? Because I ain't gonna lie. My mommy had some great recipes, and I'm missing two ingredients out of one of her best recipes, man. You can't get robots on the next side and get them two missing recipe items for me, please. And I went check on Kobe. That's my favorite player. Mr. Bell, why don't help me out with that, man? You get them phone calls working for me. I might, go to bat for you and try to defend the indefensible like the PFP party is doing. Oh, Jesus. All right, F&M PLP protesters in verbal clash. Now here's something that I want to find out. I look at this, and I see a lot of hypocrisy. I remember Mr. Pintard did a press conference at the office of the Prime Minister. They had it barricaded. Mr. Bain and the COI went down there. They had it barricaded. They arrested Mr. Bain on Bay Street for being too close to the house, or exactly where the PLP protesters were. And nothing was done. So obviously there's a double standard for PLP supporters and then all supporters of other political parties. But at what point, I still haven't gotten an explanation from the PLP. What was the motorcade celebrating? What was the motorcade supporting? Was it supporting Minister Keith Bell in his unorthodox style of management and running the immigration department? And some of the irregularities that he's done, and stood boldly by and said, yeah, I did it, and so? Really? That's what you're all defending? That was what the police were being allowed to transpire? Man, if you can lock up Lincoln Bain and the COI members, if you can make it difficult for Pintard and F&M to be out there with barricades and other places, why allow the PLP to come through and disrupt it? I think that's very irresponsible. If you know that rival political parties are known to have heated encounters, should have been dealt with. Now, it's just fair is fair. Whatever your opinion on text of Mr. Bain, that's your rights. But at the end of the day, if we're doing this thing right, we need to have protocol. And what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. So why weren't those PLP supporters arrested or removed? As was Mr. Bain. Or why were barricades not put up to prevent them from, as it's been done to Mr. Pintard and the FNM? At the end of the day, we're looking at democracy being defecated on by instances like this. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. And again, mum's the word from a lot of supporters. A lot of supporters just mum's the word. But naughty Mr. Bain has a history of being aggressive. Okay. Well, you might say that some of his stances are unorthodox, right? But it can't be no more unorthodox than the Minister of Immigration. You see what I'm saying? And yes, Mr. Bain may be aggressive, but at the end of the day, you do have a right for a peaceful protest. You do. And there should be enough maturity within the police force and with the current administration to allow people to have their peaceful protest. The more you try to deny it, the worse it gets for you. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
What's going on?
Very good, man. I called yesterday and I said something about we need to get rid of both of them, FNM and PLP.
Correct.
And the classic example is the same PLP protesters not getting anything done to them while everybody else, gets the ringers thrown at them. The same thing happened on the FNM. If we forget the incident at the bridge, incident by the beachfront access, there are numerous incidents like that. But forget about that part. I really want to talk about the issue with Keith there right now, because now you see why I say we got to do it one more time again and do it right, though. Yeah, I think I get that, but the more information comes out, it's starting to sound too much like pay for play. Like there's no way that something so egregious like this could happen, and no one gets paid off. You know what I always say on the show: connect the dots, follow the money, right? That's exactly what we need to do. That's what we need to do, because obviously it had to be something very lucrative and beneficial to all parties concerned. Obviously. To go to that extent. 65 of them, all of them were illegal in the country, in a hotel. How do you get in the country, for one? That goes to immigration, customs, all that stuff. All that should be involved in this whole thing. And then to have the minister get involved and tell them, well, you don't arrest them, leave them alone. My thing is, how many times have we seen this movie run? Too many times. Under all administrations, but more in particularly under this administration more than others, this is something they love to do. Because they believe they are above the law. And that's how some of their ministers act, like they're above the law. But I got an example for them, though. A lot of people say, well, hey, the PLP don't resign, naughty. But I remember an instance, it brought a lot of shame and disgrace to the nation, but he manned up as a PLP and resigned. And that's Mr. Gibson with the whole Anna Nicole scandal. Well, I'm just saying, if they could do it once, they could do it twice. It's not like it's alien to that administration. That wasn't nothing, man. That wasn't a real issue. I mean, but this one, yeah? Come on now, 55 illegal Chinese. If they were Haitian, would they be in the detention center right now? Man, listen, they'd have been under the detention center. If it was any South American, Latino combination of Cuban, Dominican, Puerto Rican, they'd have probably been there too. That's the point. So it has to be a pay for play. I like Millison. All right, my brother. Good stuff as always. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Let's check the next caller. Talking Heads.
Hey, Naughty, what's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Listen, I think the bigger question with no one looking at. Keith Bell said, in his voice note, said the acting prime minister called him and tell him that these people go. If that's the case.
But didn't the acting prime minister, the deputy prime minister, who was the acting PM at the time, make a statement said that he said no such thing?
Well, what you think? I mean, Again, I'm only speculating.
Somebody misspeaking somewhere.
Keith Bell lie on the Prime Minister just like that. He lie on the Prime Minister, on asking the Prime Minister.
Well, my brother, if you say you go on record and say you spoke to a man on a certain day and the man dead.
Okay,
who would you try to believe?
Let's say that was a phantom story. The question is,
Phantom me.
the question is, who called Keith Bell and asked him to release those people?
Somebody had to make the call. Somebody had to authorize the call.
No. Who called him and asked him to release those people?
Correct.
Which Chinese national have the Minister of Immigration number on speed dial that when your people get locked up, they could call them right away. Listen, release my people, and he jump on it.
Hey, again, we got to connect the dots, man. We got to connect the dots on this one.
Yeah. Who called him?
Something, and the more they talk, the more irregularities pop up.
Hey, listen, a lot of tapes and a lot of documents going around about this situation. Just no one just ain't surface yet, but give it a little bit more time. But here it is: the immigration officers with limited resources, overwork. All odds against them, fighting to get these people out the front door. And here it is: Keith Bell coming right back and let them back in the back door. What a time!
It's crazy.
What a time!
And then you got a lot of speculation as to folks out there alleging that this is going a different way. This is an ulterior motive for come election time. A lot of people talking that angle.
You think they're trying to get the Chinese straight to create a third voting bloc?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the Chinese, but they were alluding to foreign nationals, to foreign migrants.
Boy, listen. Let's go deep. Let's go deep. But anyway, I'll continue to listen and I'll continue to have a good show.
Thank you, my brother. Always good stuff. Always good to hear from you. Naughty, good day. The only thing I want to hear from the PM is Keith Bell has resigned effective immediately, period. Naughty, do you think the Chinese triads might have called Bell? But y'all watch a lot of movies, but my God. Naughty, MP now stands for Minister in Pocket. Hi, Naughty. And I know they putting their stories together. Only Anton and them other big PLP supporters cannot see the city for the smoke. Even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see their wrongdoings. Remember the movie Dumb and Dumber? They will not let any of their ministers resign. Wait until you hear their stories. Well, I'm looking forward to the stories. I want to hear if it's good BS or bad BS. That's what I definitely want to hear. And we could tell so far it smelled like a little bit of, Yeah, don't smell too good. Sad news, former police chief Farquharson has passed away. Retired Commissioner of Police Paul Farquharson, who was thought to root out corruption in the force when he was at the helm of the organization, died in hospital yesterday. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Another delay for Gibson's corruption trial. The start of the corruption trial of Free National Movement politician Adrian Gibson was delayed yesterday after a protest about his suitability as a member of parliament raised concerns about whether he could get a fair trial. Notice this continuing to be delayed. Just keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on that. I got a funny feeling we taxpayers going to be paying something in the end of all of this, one way or another. But yeah, that's a wrap right there on your headliners. Who are what's making headlines in the 242? All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Let's slide up into the buzz. All brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And remember, got to remind you, it's all about Chef Works with John Shoes. So you got all those great items for all you chefs, all right? They're the distributors of Chef Works Chefware, the most respected global culinary brand. John's carries chef jackets, chef pants, aprons, and hats, all designed to keep culinary professionals cool and comfortable. John's is also now carrying chef knife sets by Mercer Culinary Tools that make a better chef. All of this available for you at both locations, John's Careware, Rosetta Street, and Carmichael. Both locations available for you, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Naughty Keith Bell selling his birthright. I hope he's selling his... Boy, I can't finish reading this. He's selling his birthright. Boy, I tell you, I don't know. But y'all in real form today, callers and texters. How do y'all really feel about this immigration situation? Let me put it to you out there. Do you think there's some misleading going on? Do you think there's some dishonesty at work here? Do you think that this administration is not being 100% honest with the citizenry? Like they were lacking transparency and accountability in this? And I'm not being facetious when I say that. I want to know, is it just me seeing this? You know, I get Antoine's point. He was in full homer mode yesterday, rooting for the home team, defending the home team. Like I say, he is to the PRP what I am to the Dallas Cowboys. However, you got to look at some of those irregularities and scratch your head. You got to look at some of these things and be like, okay. I mean, we're losing objectivity here. And if you want to look at it and say, okay, no law was broken, that's fine, no law was broken. But obviously, there were a lot of moral laws and a lot of protocols that were broken, and there were a lot of irregularities. And if you want to use a sports analogy, you know, conduct detrimental to the team. Well, that was conduct detrimental to this administration, whether they like it or not. Look how it's playing out now. Naughty, you probably know, and you've said this before, I've said this before, but Tex, I agree with you, they're probably distracting us for something big we're not seeing yet. Yeah, you got to keep an eye out on that too. I mean, this is a big issue though. I mean, border protection is a big issue. But yeah, I agree, sometimes when a lot of noise is made, it's to get us distracted on one thing so we miss something else. Naughty, don't you find it interesting that those Chinese nationals were housed directly opposite the U.S. Embassy? Naughty, this administration is full of grease. Oh, y'all got me rolling today. Okay, let's check out this text. Naughty, I give the PLP an A in their governance so far. I don't see why people are surprised at what is going on. The PLP is just PLPing. Texture, I take it that this text is dripping with sarcasm, correct? I just want to know. Text me back and let me know if it was dripping or dry. Just type in dripping or dry and I'll know, how to take this. Y'all at your facetious best today, boy. But what else is bugging y'all, though? What else y'all buzzing on? Because I got a couple of things I need to talk about. Okay, yeah, I thought it was dripping in sarcasm, too. Thanks. We on the same page. As we get into the buzz, man, I want to actually clarify something before I get into this rant. This has nothing to do with the hard-working line staff at BPL. The deal with the emergencies, the deal with the underground, deal with the overhead, deal with the tree cutting, all of those hardworking members of BPL, where you go to get your bill paid, so on and so forth. This has nothing to do with you. You, as in my opinion, are what keeps that company running. And it's y'all's attitude that gets Bahamians to take a breath and say, you know what? Let's just keep on keeping on. We know how this thing go. Y'all diffuse a lot of problems. Y'all troubleshoot a lot. And y'all take blows for the higher-ups that deserve it. So I'm not coming after y'all in any way, shape, or form today. I applaud you and commend you for what you do. But those higher-ups who've been BSing us for a while, along with the Minister of Works, Mr. Sears, y'all got to get your ish together when it comes to this BPL. Okay? Stop lying to us. Stop dropping the ball. Stop bungling it where we got to suffer and pay for it. You guys dropped the ball with the hedging. Caller, I see you. I'm coming to you right now. Says you dropped the ball with the hedging. It was a boo-boo decision you made, or lack thereof, and now it's costing us, and you don't want us to be upset? But furthermore, due to your ignorant decision in maneuvering, we now have load shedding, and we now have power bills that are doubled, something this administration said would not happen. So when y'all gonna apologize for lying to the Bahamian people? When you gonna apologize for lying? Come on. BPL stands for brief power limitations in my book. Bring portable light in. Baking people live because it's summer. You know how many calls about appliances that I heard that people just ruined? Because of this foolishness that's going on at BPL? It's ridiculous. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. What you buzzing on today?
Yeah, this is GNN. Naughty, I called to find out something. I want to know if Keith Bell see dead people.
I asked earlier in the show if he could either see dead people or could talk dead people. I would know how my mommy and my auntie doing. I got a recipe from Mummy Lord Bless the Dead, missing 2 ingredients, what I need. And furthermore, I would know how Kobe doing because Kobe was my favorite player. And I want to ask Kobe when LeBron the Carriers, you know what, out of LA, so I could go back to being a full-blown Laker.
You talk about Kobe. I want to know what's happening with Elvis. I just bring people back to Elvis.
Thank you very much.
But listen, what do you say about though, how the PLP, I'm apologist, but how do they explain the fact that
they don't, because they don't. Hey, GNN, they don't, because the minute they try to start to see it, hey, y'all look here, but you ever look at people to shut them right down. They let them know that's a crock of BS, but he shut that down. We ain't trying to hear that.
So why he lie on the Deputy Prime Minister, Naughty?
Listen, man. All I know is, you ever seen a person getting problems at work, and the more they start talking, the more they start explaining, the more they put themselves in it? He start man like here, when rubber meet the run, he realized luck buck. Well, you know, it wasn't me who made the call, you know. I was only acting on. And you forget the last go round too. And I know some people ain't gonna like this when I bring this up, but Science made the call to the Yankee to get authorized for that plane to come in, and look what happened. Do the right thing, that's what I said.
Daddy, you sound like you want to start up today, man.
But man, look here, I only go on what they're giving me, GNN. I only go on what they got. So if I got my jokers out on that, because I'm laughing at these jokers because they don't make no sense.
Well, listen,
and all I can say is,
go to dialysis tomorrow, right? But I can't by transit the radio, buddy.
And I can make sure I shout you out while you're there and make sure they handle you properly. And if they don't, write everything down, let me know, and we can get on them for that too.
Yeah, man. Okay.
All right, but here's my point, though. I mean, all of this backing and forth, and we still ain't getting no answers. Nothing. We ain't even know. I mean, if we coming or going, we don't even know. We don't know. Naughty, I think the Chinese workers are living in the closed British Colonial Hotel because the bosses were cheap to pay for rental properties around Nassau. They save money on bringing in the cheap labor. They house them at their own place for free, and then they scam the government by not paying for work permits. Just wow. They really have us for conks. Yeah, the conk need to take the hammer back. We need to start beating back as conks. Hey, Naughty, with Dave leading the demonstration, he has lost and handpicked a few PLP from Carmichael, him and Anton. What a team. Now listen, Dave and Anton are two different ends of that PLP coin, okay? They both do a good job at what they do, but they're two different ends of that coin. One is totally street, one is totally, office and AC. I wish we could vote for the chief of police. Boy, a lot of people feel that way. Naughty, what about all these killings, buddy? Y'all ain't distracting me with Bell. No, for real, we got to talk about these killings and shootings. Every day there's a killing texture, I agree. Naughty, BPL needs to be broken down and rebuilt from scratch. Your next bill is going to be $1,500. But trust me, they almost try to sock me with one of them now. Sure. And the funny thing was, you could base a hole in people. Anyway, I ain't go there. I can leave that. It's ridiculous. Right? You pay $500 for your last bill and you get your next bill. It's almost $1,500. What kind of math is that? And not even the conk with a pistol. Well, if we the pistol, then we need to start peeing on people and let them know we here. Because we tired of this foolishness. So yeah. I mean, you look at what's going on. The more things change, the more they stay the same. And I agree with you, Texas. A lot of quietness today. Lot of hullabaloo and noise yesterday, but not too much today from the PLP trolls. Not too much. Naughty, it's a new day, but the same foolishness. Remember, we have an honest government. When we decide to elect one, when we decide to give a damn as Bahamians and hold people accountable and ask them tough questions until we unify and solidify this nation with blocks, where people have blocks representing them and their livelihood and the way they make a living. So these potential politicians can see you dealing with a whole entity, not just a family household here and a family household there. We got to change the way we do the business of politics. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, good afternoon, Naughty. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, you said me call early.
You're early enough, man. What you got for me today, Anton? How you can try to spin it again today for me, Anton? Because you was like a lignum vitae top yesterday, but you're spinning. You're sleeping. You're spinning.
No, you better stop, right there. I call in on a completely different matter. As a matter of fact, thank you very much for addressing that texter, because me and the individual whose name they call.
And I can do you like that. I can do you like that. I can give credit where credit is due both ways.
We are nothing alike. We have totally different levels of integrity, character, beliefs,
intelligence,
communications, everything. We are nothing alike. Please don't compare me with that person.
Well, I did you justice, I think. I made sure to clarify that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Naughty. That's all I call in to say today. I'm just listening with interest, though, at the conversations relating to Minister Bell. And what all I will say on this, Naughty, is that once the Prime Minister and the Minister communicate, all will be cleared up, and the opposition will be left with even more egg on their face at the end of the day.
All right, I can wait to see how y'all spin it. Y'all got till tomorrow. You better go help them spin it there, Anton. You one of their best. Let me ask you this question, though. Let me ask you this question. I know you tied in the PLP and you're in the inner workings. Find out from me if Bell could really talk to dead people, because my mommy passed and I need 2 ingredients to one of her favorite recipes, but I need.
Naughty.
So please make that happen for me.
Naughty. Naughty. Y'all better stop. Everything would be sorted out.
I only going on within the public domain, Anton. I can't write it no funnier, man. Honest to God, I can't. Even if I try. All right, we can talk. Be safe. Yeah, but Mr. Producer, let's get to the break, man. Yes, Naughty, I agree with Anton. He's totally different from Dave. He's drunk far more of the PLP Kool-Aid than Dave ever has. All right, Mr. Producer, get me to the break, man. Because I laughing so much I got a pain in my side. And I hear they coming. What was the name of that movie where the little boy say, I see dead people? I hear they coming back with a part 2 starring Keith Bell.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
A lot of folks are wondering, what is the Agrarian Awards? It's an award show to celebrate the people who produce the food that feeds the country. So September 16th, we're giving out trophies and money to young farmers, backyard farmers, sheep runners, goat herders, pea pickers, onion planters. Basically, everyone. But we couldn't fit all that on the invite, so we put Agrarian Awards instead. Go to ADOBahamas.org to find out how to nominate your favorite agrarian. The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
With fine style, with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. With fine style, with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, July 25th edition of Talking Heads. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
A pleasant good evening, you long-nosed fella.
Hey, you bucket mouth ratchet jaw. What's going on with you?
Well, you've been hearing the stories. You've been hearing the cries of the Bahamian people as to what's going on in our beautiful Commonwealth of the Bahama Islands.
Uh-huh.
We hear it every day, every talk show, every newspaper, and everything. And the truth of the matter, Naughty, we have heard politicians blatantly lying to the people. I use the word heavily lying to the people. Because the evidence shows in all these documents that they have lied to us, whether they be from the opposition, whether they be from the government party. They have lied to the Bahamian people. These are our leaders. These are our social leaders, our religious leaders, our political leaders. They have lied to the Bahamian people who are suffering right now. We have heard about foreigners coming in our country and practically taking over. We have heard about deals and things gone down, that when we find out where they're gone down, it's been happening a long time. All kind of things been covered up, and they lied to us. Whether I'm a PLC, a FNM, a DNA, a UBP, whatever it is, the point is, Naughty, you would always be, I know you'll be a man of your word. You will have the same sentiments that I have. And it's come to the point now, Naughty, there's a group of people around here, not a political group. Listen to me carefully. And I want my Bahamian people to listen to me carefully. It's not a political group. It is a concerned group of Bahamian people. Elderly people, people on pension, ex-politicians, ex-religious, lodges, or whatever it is, have reached to the point where they say they had enough. And Naughty, you there?
I'm ready. I listen to you, Sparks.
Let me tell you something. I'm telling the Prime Minister right now, and I'm a PLP. I will defend the PLP, but I will not defend the PLP in lies. I know politics. I know this red shade, green shade, yellow shade, all that kind. But this is the point, Naughty, about the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the future of our children.
It got to be country at some point, Sparky, over political affiliation and lines. It got to be country first.
But the thing, Naughty, this is what I'm saying, is about the future of our children and our grandchildren and our Bahamian people.
And that's what I want to hear you talk about from here on out. Forget these parties. I want to hear you talk about that from here on out, Sparky.
Hold on, Naughty. It's not the future King Charles and his doggone royal family. It's not about the elites. It's not about the elites. Hold on, that's my little German.
Yeah, I bet your dog, though. Your dog making sense, too. Your dog said it's a lousy administration.
Hold on. That's the dogs that they will have a voice, too.
Yeah, they said the PLP doing a bad job. I understand, K9. I speak the dog.
All I'm saying is, I'm telling my Prime Minister, there's a group of people getting ready to march on Bay Street, and they don't have enough defense force officers, policemen.
Well, Sparky, if that's what March for September, me and you talking about the same March. I can see you there. I got to go get these other calls. Tell your dog I say what's up. Keith Bell is best for the dead. People I best for the dogs. That dog say this administration sucks, too much potholes, and BPL is a bunch of fool. That's what that dog was saying. Let's go to the rest of the our calls. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey there, buddy. I will make about 2 comments.
Go ahead.
If, see, the PLP could get back on the people's good foot. Now, if Mr. Prime Minister Davis do not transfer Keith Bell or move him from immigration, that could be the end of them. Now, I could be honest with that one. See, 2 things were display him in public. The whole dear that they had is citizenship and immigration. You agree with me?
I agree.
Okay.
That's the biggest issue in this country is immigration. That's the hot topic issue.
The whole idea that they had, and we don't want to give away this country because if you open the papers every day, you're seeing 6, 7, average of about 7 citizenship being given out. If you check it out. Now, that's what we know about. Okay? Now, another point is the senior immigration is in uproar, too, with Mr. Bell.
Right, there's dissension in the ranks.
Right, so you have a problem with that department from, if you don't move him from here on in, you're going to have a problem.
Mr. Davis should have made a comment on this already and not talking about he will address it shortly. No, we need to have a statement from you. You are the leader. That's why I say the tail is wagging the dog right now.
Right.
Because so if he had some decisive leadership that we've seen by Mr. Pinland and Mr. Ingram when it comes to dealing with people, then that he should have pulled a page out of their book.
Well, we have to see. It's quite simple. For him to get his party back on track, he will have to move Mr. Bell because, it gone too deep. Like when you have your senior immigration officers on the uproar, and look, we let this country get out of hand.
Listen, our current prime minister, when he was deputy prime minister in the Christie administration, said he saw no corruption and wrongdoing in that administration when he was deputy. You think he's gonna say there's any corruption or wrongdoing in his administration when he's leader? That's a direct reflection on him.
Well, that's what it's going to He's a real leader.
Let's see where
you can't sit back and watch wrong go by, and then you sitting back. Now let me say,
no better, do better, like I always say.
Another thing too is I don't want if Mr. Bell gonna try to throw the whole party under the bus, like one previous one saying, but the prime minister, like he got authority to do whatever he want to do. That don't go like that. Ain't no deputy prime minister or prime minister could tell the immigration chief immigration officer, well, just let these people stay in the country or whatever. I think you will be doing disjustice to the prime minister then if that's the case. So he trying to overrule the immigration officers. So
yeah, it's a bad look from top to bottom in all of that.
It's top to bottom. So I see if you do that, then the whole party may have to end up resigning.
It's not a good look. I got a ton of phone calls today. Let me get to the rest of them. I'll talk to you in the 5 o'clock. Good stuff as always, though, bro. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
C. Allen Johnson.
C. Allen, I ask you to make it quick. No disrespect, but
I just want to make it quick. No, just.
And I got a texter that texted me and said, Naughty, ask C. Allen how he knew that Bell has spoken to the dead people. He said so on air last week. I thought C. Allen had his timeline wrong, but now I see C. Allen was right. How did you know?
Because what happens is that you look at the dates and you check the death notices. And I trust what
I believe you give that nugget to Minister. I don't believe Minister that sharp. I believe you gave him that nugget.
No, I think his people that read the internet and everything copies and they go to him. Just that he acted on it and the others didn't. But no, I want you to understand this, how huge this is. You see an iceberg, right? They said 90% of the iceberg is underwater.
It's underwater.
This is the tip, and this if we examine this to its fullest extent, there's two major things on the plate right now. And that is this immigration issue, because it goes all the way back to 73.
Correct.
Okay, and then you look at the energy, because it goes all the way back to every single one of our wallets and everything else involved. Naughty, this impact of the energy, if you listen to what his name is, Rupert Roberts, with the food store and everything, that he said the price is going to be, has to reflect the energy. This is devastating on our economy, and the minister should leave with Keith Bell. I think both of them not only deserve to leave their portfolio, they deserve to leave Parliament. Thank you.
A lot of people saying that. See, Alan, call me this weekend. Let me know how we're looking for next week, man.
Okay, I will.
All right? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Good stuff as always, man, from C. Allen. Let me get a couple of texts real quick. Naughty, tell Anton him and Dave supports the PRP and defends both. Therefore, they are the same. Naughty, I thought Anton was in special meetings today. He would not have anything to say. He know what deadly web they weave. He's more than punch drunk on the PRP. It is so sad. You would not believe how people are so clouded in their thinking when it comes to politics. Naughty tells Sparky people like lies. People can't handle the truth. I tell you, let's get to the break. On the flip side of the break, Mr. Producer, we going straight to the news, or we'll be back? We going straight to the news? All right, so we're going to wrap this one up now. Get straight to the news. Good stuff, everybody who chimed in this first hour. Right after the news, we'll be in the 5 o'clock hour, and we'll be talking sports. So keep it right where you got it as the Tuesday, July 25th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Attention, all KFC lovers! Are you ready to get crazy on Tuesdays? Now you can get 5 juicy, mouth-watering pieces of KFC chicken for only $10. It's crazy! 5 pieces of world-famous KFC chicken, handmade with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices for only $10. Don't miss out! This crazy offer is only on Tuesdays and only at KFC. KFC Nassau. It's finger-licking good.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family, together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
With fine style, with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, Wanna step out and look great? Then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste. Then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
A lot of folks are wondering, what is the Agrarian Awards? It's an award show to celebrate the people who produce the food that feeds the country. So September 16th, we're giving out trophies and money to young farmers, backyard farmers, sheep runners, goat herders, pea pickers, onion planters, basically everyone. But we couldn't fit all that on the invite, so we put Agrarian Awards instead. Go to ADObahamas.org to find out how to nominate your favorite agrarian. The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday?
But she say she bump into a wall when she's running after the churn dam.
Yeah, but last Saturday you see her arm was all black and blue, right?
So what you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack?
I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior.
Now you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do?
I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery.
Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business, then Jack come after me, and I land up next to Cora.
No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip.
Remind me again, how does this work?
We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll-free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and we could text them, and the messages get on mix up before it leave your phone, so nobody can know what you saying.
So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Parents, it's that sweet time of year again.
What are you talking about? Any Christmas yet?
The kids are going back to school, so pick up your copy of the Nassau Guardian's Back to School Supplement, because
it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Put your students in the latest styles at the lowest prices, because summer break is almost over, and our Back to School Supplement is filled with brand name back to school supplies at discounted prices, store locations, hours, and contact details.
It's the happiest season of all.
Advertisers, call the Nassau Guardian today at 302-2300 or call your account executive to get in on the 2-for-1 insertion deal. If it's uniforms, shoes, books, backpacks, calculators, art supplies, laptops, tablets, or whatever is on your back-to-school supply list, your ad should be in the Nassau Guardian's Back to School Supplement.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
The Tuesday, July 25th edition of Talking Heads continues right now. And I will get into sports in a second, but I tell you, over the break, you all have really continued to blow up this conversation. So I'll let it go for a couple of minutes more for those of you who want to chime in. Like I said, and the lines are still open. Got a very interesting one right here. And we got lots to talk about still on this. This is not going away anytime soon. Some interesting comments. I had one here. Hi, Naughty. Great show as always. Listen, the whole situation on Bay Street at the protest yesterday, it was worse than that. Caller, I see you. I'll be to you in 1 second. I was out there while the FNM was told they had to be behind the barricades on Rawson Square, north side of Bay Street. The police permitted and allowed a PLP motorcade with trucks dressed with bell posters and blasting music to literally park in front of the House of Assembly. Several vehicles deep and blasting their music. Clearly that was not authorized and would not have been. and it would not have been. It was only after the F&M led by leader Pinto moving from the north side of Parliament Square, when the police came to ask them to return to Rawson Square side, while the PLP motorcade was comfortable and wasn't moving. And it was still parked and blasting music, all in support of Bell. Pinto courageously told the police, "We will not return to the other side until you, the police, remove this clearly illegal motorcade parked in front of the house." Good for the police. They did tell the PLP dress truck to move when they did. As Pinto had said, they returned to Rawson Square side. But that is typical PLP, Naughty. No law for the PLP. That's how they roll. Rules for them and rules for others. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
What's going on?
Yeah, this is my actual very first time calling any talk show. I listen to them from sunrise to sunset. What I've noticed is, right, Dave and Anton normally call in support of the PLP. Only two of them. Everyone, including you, criticize them. But when anybody else calls criticizing the government, you don't say nothing. That's point number one. Point number two is, I listened to a BC official this morning. They saying LNG is the way to go. I remember back in the day, they was running full-page ads against LNG, claiming that it'll affect the environment, the gasification terminal, which was scheduled for Ocean Key.
Correct.
They said they're going to blow up Bimini and what's not. Now they're building the same gasification terminal at Clifton Pier. And all of this was done for pure political reasons. We could have been in a better position than we is in times
But my brother...
of BC. Let me finish. And the company was willing to outfit BC generators with LNG fitting and was going to run a tube from wherever they was doing it to supply BC with free LNG. But we did all of that for political reasons. We're not telling the people. We're just saying how much fossil fuel costs. We are being very disingenuous.
Because it's bad for business, my brother. You notice you got retailers who sell gasoline saying they want a 30% increase so they can make a profit. Can't get it. But owners of the petroleum companies come up and say they made a $40 million profit for the year. You see the difference?
Okay.
It's bad for business. And I remember what you're talking about. They wanted to run a pipeline through our archipelago into Florida with LNG.
And they was also going to run one to BC to provide them with LNG.
Correct.
And the one person who was running full-paid ad, Sam Duncan, it don't affect her whether the car off on because she have a generator. You know what I mean? But
how you know Sam Duncan got a generator though?
Well, it don't affect her. There's some rich white neck. It don't affect them. But we had an opportunity to be in a better position to make a hard LNG over 10 years. BC just saying we're going to get that in the next couple of years. We could have had that long time. Bad decision. The Bahamian people was influenced on purely because of politics, you know.
And you know whose fault it is?
Yeah.
Ours, because we keep electing the same individuals who keep doing us the same way for the last 50 years.
It don't have nothing to do with that. The PLP was pushing it, and the F&M was saying it was no good for us. It was going to blow up. It was going to blow up the whole of Bimini. It was going to affect the marine environment. Which in all of the facts was laid on the table and said it was not going to do but that, but politics prevailed in the end. So whatever happens right now with BC, it don't matter to me, you know. I don't care how much your light bill is because we miss an opportunity. The same thing with National Health Insurance. Christy them said they was going to provide full national health insurance. They're going to upgrade the hospital. We voted against it. Then we say the hospital in bad position, bad condition. Look here. We have to make more sensible decisions.
Right.
And that's all
I appreciate you revising PLP history, but what about what's happening right now? The present. I don't hear you talking about Mr. Bell.
Well, Mr.
Bell, let's talk about today, brother. We ain't talking about the past, and you made some good points about the past, but what about the present? What about today? What about how they're dropping the ball? You made a comment earlier, I allow people to criticize. No, what is there to applaud this administration about? Please tell me. Please tell me.
Okay.
Where have I mean, FTX, SPF, Bermuda Gate, BPL, potholes. I mean, that's 5 right there, brother. Tell me something they done good.
Okay. I will. Let's start off with Keith Bell.
Because if you want to be objective, let's be objective. I mean, say what you need to say, but let's keep it 100. Let's keep it objective. Because I didn't hear you mention nothing of the present. You mentioned some good points about the past. And it's not like the PLP has not stopped reviewing cancer stuff the F&M is left in. That's the flip-flop of continuing governance BS that they hit us with all the time. So again, it's back to us because we keep electing the same individuals who keep doing it to us. It's a big part of it. But anyway, go ahead. Let me know what you feel about Keith Bell. Let me know your take on that.
Keith Bell situation. All I heard so far is opposition. Now, after Keith Bell addressed the parliament tomorrow, I will make my determination tomorrow because I would like to hear both sides of the. I'd like to hear both sides of the story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now,
so call me back with the same conviction tomorrow, same time, and let me know how you feel about Keith Bell.
Yeah, well, I know you very well. Me, you played on the same football team, the Jets together. We are both Cowboys fans.
That's what's saving you. I know the voice. That's what's saving you right now, the Cowboys.
Exactly. We'll talk tomorrow, but let's. I don't jump conclusion. When Keith Bell talk tomorrow,
right? And I guess,
I don't know.
I guess if Keith Bell there and me Cowboy fans, maybe he could talk to Tom Landry for us and get some secrets on how we could win a Super Bowl again, eh?
Let me ask you something. You familiar with the enterprise bill where they say?
Yeah, and I had a big problem with that when they introduced it. When the F&M brought that up, I had a huge problem with that. I did a couple of coldest videos on it. So yeah, I mash up. I'm an equal opportunity masher upper when these administrations do fool.
You know part of that bill says immigration don't make a decision when in X amount of days they automatically make the decision without immigration. You know part of that bill said that.
Yeah, I know, but notice this administration didn't repeal any of that though. And they had a chance to change it. Why didn't they change it?
I think I heard Ryan Pinder said they're going to repeal that.
You heard Ryan Pinder say something? When last you heard Ryan Pinder say something and then go missing for months? Let's be real. Ryan just pop up, let everybody know he lied by making a statement and then go back down in the hole and hide for another 6 months. I heard nothing I heard nothing concrete from the AG since the whole FTX fallout.
Yeah, but the thing with FTX, another red herring. They make a big deal about it.
No, it's not another red herring. Our brand is still continually getting damaged internationally by the FUPA and the lack of due diligence of this administration when it came to FTX. No, sir. You ain't gonna get off the hook with me on that one. No, sir.
Okay.
I let you get away with LNG, but you ain't gonna get away with FTX. You can only choose tree alphabet to wake for you. LNG wake for you today, not FTX.
Well, let me address FTX. My view on FTX, right? I'm in business around the world go belly up. After FTX, couple days after FTX, couple major banks and California went belly up. That happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look who owned one of them major banks in California that went belly up. Do your research. FTX. House right here in the Bahamas. Yeah, but anyway, I got a couple other calls coming in.
We'll talk.
And you get ready for tomorrow.
I can talk some Cowboys when you got the sports section.
Yeah, man, but call me on Keith Bell tomorrow. I can let you wait and let you hear, and then you get me back and tell me what you think tomorrow, okay?
Definitely.
Because you know I can call BS if it's BS now.
Okay, man, I can call.
Yeah, man, make sure call me now. Be safe. Naughty, that caller is an old PLP who drinks that Kool-Aid. Boy, they could only see colors. Naughty is obviously PLP, another one to join the ranks of the dumb and dumbest. Oh, my goodness. All he's talking about the F&M's past maneuvers. How can you be so narrow-minded and not talk about the present? I tell you, boy, a lot of people, this is what I want you to do. Everybody has a right to their own opinion and to formulate their opinion off the information that's put out there. Okay? That's fine. And if you're going to come to me with a defense where you've sat back, you've thought about it, and you present it in a debate form, like, look, Naughty, I disagree with you on these points. We could have that conversation all day. Just blind defense of the indefensible can't fly. That is why we're in the predicament after 50 years that we're in. Okay? That's why we're here today. And we're part of the problem because we keep re-electing the same individuals to keep running the same playbook and have us as the conch. So if you have a valid defense, that's fine. But when you just defending the indefensible, makes no sense to me. And if you're going to call and present points from the past, then be sure to have points to present on the present. Because we really living in the present, not in the past. And we could remember past indiscretions that have gotten us in predicaments so we could avoid getting them in the future. But we got to be in the present, and we got to figure out where we're going to get. And it ain't going back in the past. Anyway, Texter says nobody voted against that bill, though. He needs to recheck that. All right. Last call if anybody to get anything else in your one on this topic right here, or if not, we'll go to the break. On the flip side of the break, we'll start talking sports. I'm going to give you a last chance to get it in, because I know some of y'all is fired up. Naughty, the fact is 63 of the 65 Chinese nationals had no documents whatsoever. So if they were Haitian nationals, wouldn't they have been detained? Or Texter, if they was Cuban nationals, Dominican nationals, Puerto Rican nationals, Euro nationals, maybe not the Euro nationals, but yeah, we'd have been there. Trust me. In the words of Keith Sweat, something just ain't right. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good afternoon, Naughty. How are you?
What's going on?
Good. Hey, listen, I just called in to say something about the last call you called, but the LNG.
Right.
What happened back then? That actually was in the F&M, that decline that, when that LNG was pushing through, the PLP was in power.
That's right.
Because Leslie Miller was the only PLP.
I wanted to bring it up to that caller. Leslie Miller was the poster child for that LNG development deal.
Leslie Miller was the only person, and the PLP shut Leslie Miller down.
And I can be honest with you. You like to bring in the environmentalists and the activists. It's always quick to blame my good friends Sam Duncan and Joe Dovell and all of that, but they've been speaking out on the same issues for years.
Yeah. So what happened is, they shut it down, so the guys who wanted to bring the LNG here, and the only thing they was asking for was a 20-year plan to manage a plant. So the government didn't want to give it to them because you know who that would have been cut. No.
Man, look here. Again, retailers can't get the 30 cents increase at the pump to turn a profit, but yet we got owners of retail petroleum companies talking about, hey, we made a $40 million profit for the year.
Yeah. So they took the plan and they went to Jamaica. Now Jamaica running on LNG. We are suffering.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I wanted to research it because, I like to have my facts right there. And obviously we're trying to go from politics into sports. So I'm glad you called me back with that. I'm going to do some more research on that tonight so I can really address it tomorrow and dot the I's and cross the T's. But our memory serve us correctly. Our memory serve us correctly.
And then when the caller called back tomorrow, then refresh his memory and then let him know that wasn't there.
And then I want to hear what he got to say about Bell. That's what I really want to hear. Anyway, I appreciate your call, caller. Great stuff. We'll talk again tomorrow. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? All right, you breaking up big time. Wherever you calling me from? Call me back, man, because you really digitizing, and I want to make sure I give credit to who deserves it. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Tony.
Hey.
Yeah, I normally don't call back twice.
Turn your radio down a little bit. But yeah, man, go ahead. What's happening?
Yeah, I had to call back because your last call, y'all talking about Leslie Miller. Leslie Miller didn't want no LNG for no BPL. Leslie Miller, and I think I mentioned this to you before, Leslie Miller wanted to export the LNG from here to Florida.
And it still had to run through here, though. And they would have set up the plant for us to
No. His main objection was for us to get it from Ocean Key to Florida. There was a company from Texas.
I get that, but wasn't there a component in that deal that said they were going to provide LNG for BPL?
Said way after, but his main objection was to run the pipeline from here to Florida.
And for us to make money off the pipeline.
No, well, I guess somebody's going to for us to make money off the pipeline. It's nothing to do with BPL. That's why I called back.
We can get to the.
And then remember, the many people reject it because they saying the pipeline may burst in the water and all of that. If you remember correctly.
Correct. The environmentalists got involved.
Right.
And the environmental hazards.
That was his main objection for us to export it from Ocean Key to Florida. That's what he wanted to get done.
Hey,
Nothing to do with BC generation.
One thing about this show, boy, you all sharp, so it ain't going to take too long to debunk what needs to be debunked. You know what I mean? Talking Heads, let's get to the next one. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, I'm sorry to call you back. Just one point I wanted to make on that last caller. Well, the caller before last, with the Leslie Miller comment.
Uh-huh.
They are actually off by an entire 2 administrations. What the PLP government under then Christie and Minister responsible for works, BPL, Water and Sewage, who was then Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis, Prime Minister today. That had nothing to do with Leslie Miller. He was not in the cabinet at that time. And it was Shell Bahamas that was going to provide the LNG that the...
But then what was Mr. Miller the poster child for regarding LNG then, Anton?
Yeah, but he was doing it with Petro Carib.
Okay, so it was a different entity.
Bahamas. Shell Bahamas came in under Philip Brave Davis, who was then Deputy Prime Minister, with responsibility for BPL, Water and Sewage Corporations, Urban Renewal, et cetera, right? And that's when that deal was going through. That would have afforded us an advanced state-of-the-art, put us right into the 23rd century as it relates to energy production in the country, right? And the former administration, led by Minnis, canceled that deal, and they went to Canada instead, and put us in the big mess that we are in today. And they also lost, I think, about $70 million.
Well, listen, I can be honest with you.
Between the Clifton Pier BPL plant.
Between you and the previous caller, you all have now given me some reading to do in the green room at Jokers Wild tonight.
Yeah,
so you know what I can be coming correct with
administration.
tomorrow, right?
Yes, thank you very much, Nutty. God bless.
And I appreciate you bringing that up because now I got more stuff to read, and I appreciate that, man. Let me revise this so I can come deal with you all effectively tomorrow. Let's get to the other calls. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Mr. Producer.
Naughty.
Yes.
Hey, just touching base, buddy. Letting you know I listen. Some days I don't call in. That ain't mean I ain't listening, Naughty.
Who this?
Gotta listen.
This the Pauper?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Pauper? What you got for me today, man?
God for life. I still think these people need to get out of office. Keith Bell need to resign. It almost come across like it's criminal what he do. You hear what the director of immigration them saying? Write the letter to the permanent secretary. He interfering. If he wasn't a minister, it's supposed to be that's almost criminal. If that was someone else interfering in the action of those officials at immigration when they go to deal with people, yeah, man. Keith Bell need to resign, or they need to fire him. With Brave Davis, he didn't have to wait till he reached the NASA to fire him. I don't know if he come back yet. He could have fired him from wherever he was. If that was Sir Linden or Hubert Ingham, they wasn't going to play with Keith Bell.
I mentioned that earlier.
Embarrassing this country. That's a national disgrace.
Now, let me ask you.
Them turn out to be shameless. What'd you say, Naughty?
Let me ask you this, because I know you're a man, you know, you's being all walks of life. You being
hit me, Naughty, hit me.
But, you know, the barbershop is the last bastion for free speech in the world, right?
Yeah.
And we're coming out the barbershop, say this administration one and done. You hearing anything like
Naughty, long time. Brave. Hey, listen to me. This the
But
worst
it ain't even 2
PLP.
years, yes.
I know
It
some
ain't
older
even 2
people was
years.
around, and they say back in the Linden days it was this and it was that. But this a big disappointment, and we expected better over the Brave Davis. Like I was telling you all our life, we know him as a political guy with his chest cave in, humble, nice. This political Negro now get his chest stick out. It's like he care less what we say. Sometimes I think where they reaching around certain age and things, they know, well, you know, they got to leave this age. They care less what we say. But that Fred Mitchell with his womanish ways, he sent one WhatsApp out yesterday talking about still PLP. Fred Mitchell, them ain't get no shame, man. All Negroes, them. Fred Mitchell should be but 70.
No, he
They
is
gone.
in his
What you mean
70s.
it's one and done? That answer your question, they gone. I wish I could have said something else. They gone. Well, they was turning out to be a big disgrace. They spiteful. Like how they used to say things with Perry. That's my boy. I like Perry. It's called Perry lazy, you know. But Brave is spiteful. Brave slick and sly. All right? Brave come across a little wicked like Obey is a joke. Witchcraft is a joke. You leave it up to them, they'll let you starve, boy. Thank
No,
God,
man,
they
you
ain't
can't.
Jesus.
You can't be saying that.
I like
that,
to tell them something.
No, man,
They-
Papa. That can't be them dark arts. You for
If
real
you're
about them
tired of
dark arts?
PLP and the F, and them still come out the vote. I say bring the white man back. I say bring Grant Seminary back. If you're tired of the F and them, and you don't want to fool with them, and you're tired of PLP, then bring Brent Seminary back. He get the money, he get the banks. We can do a lot of things. He might help bridge this country together. Do a bridge from here to Anders or whatever. Michael Pintard is a good man too. We can work with him. This normal thing where they spite and let the greedy right now, pray them get these. What's going on with that? Pray them get these. I call them greedy rich people.
The tail wagging the dog right now.
Yes.
That's what's happening.
You need to talk to some of the civil servants. They'll tell you what's happening. Everybody greedy. Everybody going crazy. This voice of them and Perry Orman. I thought Minners was the voice. But this thing with Brent, you know how disappointing this is, boy, when you expected something good, but the Bible can't fail. You know, it tell us the arms of flesh shall fail. You look at Brave Davis. Look at Brave Davis, eh? Get stink on us to be, you know how much old people sick in their bed.
Boy, Papa, and if you talking it, boy, look here, things must be really bad.
I telling you, boy. Listen to me. No, so much old people and sick people coming out their bed from all over the family island, hunting him down, trying to see if they could see him, making what you call a reservation or with the secretary, whatever. When they reach, they can't even see him.
Well, but you know, my mind went on the other day, and I say, boy, I wonder how our old friend Bannister would have been carrying on today on voice notes with this administration.
I crying inside. They couldn't even do it. Brave them dissing me because of, hey, listen to me. I thank God for Jesus, though, because I know God could help me and God can keep me on the straight. And all of y'all don't feel like they dissing, respecting you all, God is still in control. But I know my boy Barney. We would have done gone and get them. We'd have done gone and see Mr. David. Whatever. He wouldn't even try this. What he tried. When people buck him for me and stuff, he's telling people, let me make it sound like me name is Tor. That Negro even in return my call for me. He's going to the United Nations when he tells me.
No, man, Papa. He ain't doing a loyal general like you like that, boy.
Yes, but yeah, what they hate me, but not Fred Mitchell. You know I don't respect him, because Fred Mitchell too womanish. He respect Fred Mitchell more. He get all them slime bags, political douchebags like Fitzgerald them around them, you see, and they hate my guts, and I don't respect them punks.
All right, Papa, you're fired up today. Call me again tomorrow. I appreciate your contributions as always. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Hello? Oh, the war room must be reaching me. Busy and not as much as you can. Naughty, real quick, here's something for you. I know you're busy and you maybe couldn't have pulled this up, but here's a Bahamas local story from the 28th of January 2015. It states that BEC Chairman Leslie Miller previously advocated for the construction of a $200 million, 128 megawatt power plant at Clifton Pier, capable of burning both LNG and bunker C fuel. And I see the article here, so I'll read it up in depth, but I appreciate that texter. You always be on point, boy. You always be on point. I ain't gonna lie. I got plenty to read tonight. Let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, how you doing? It's Graham.
Hey, what's going on, Graham?
Well, the electricity bill is actually going down because you put in more solar. You know...
Hold on. Who electricity going down because they put in more? Yours, eh?
Well, a lot of people, especially the rich.
Oh, you're saying Bahamian consumers are installing solar?
No, I'm saying Bahamian individuals.
Right, consumers, individuals, private entities, private homes.
Yeah, they're doing what they have to do to mitigate the high cost. But the thing is, you could actually lower the bill nationally if we had a collective government that understood how to use the carbon credit to get the solar panels for the people free. You know, you had a lot of people call in and opine on the AES Corporation indemnity, but they couldn't tell you the name of the company. The company actually, and I was on Ortland Bodie at the time, you know what year it was, 2008, and we discussed this in detail. They wanted to give us $25 million for the license. That's what the government wanted. And I said, no such thing. We had a problem with propane cooking gas cost at the time. Do you remember?
Right, propane gas is up.
And I said to Mr. Bodie and the nation, in exchange, we won't charge them $25 million for the license. In exchange, we will get $25 million worth of cooking gas free for our citizens. They were going to do a pipeline, you were right, Naughty, from Bimini to Clifton Pier to pipe natural gas to change the old nasty Bunker C and diesel generators out to liquid natural gas. You are correct. One day I would come in, maybe when I'm the minister, if I see fit, and explain these things, because they're all documented on my Facebook page. Bahamians should not have to pay more than $20 to $50 light bills. But you refuse to do some things that are pertinent. One of those are allowing Bahamians to get very energy efficient appliances. Not all air conditioning is the same. You should have no tax, no VAT, no duty, no customs entry fee, no environmental disposal levy fee, and no other charges, so Bahamians can afford to make their house use less electricity. Let me give you one hint, Naughty. You remember the old 100-watt light bulb?
Right.
It was hot, remember?
I remember.
How many light bulbs do you think have to turn on to equal one electric dryer? 10 of them? 20? How much energy do you think it uses? I'll make it quick for you. When you turn on one electric dryer, it is as if you are putting on 56 100-watt light bulbs. Did you know that, Naughty?
56 100-watt light bulbs
is what your electric dryer burns. Do you know what your iron burns? 20 100-watt light bulbs worth of energy. Would you put on 20 100-watt light bulbs and leave them on all day? No. And so my tiny two-bedroom government home is burning $1,200. Do you know why it's burning $1,200? We've not taught what energy efficiency is. And if you did your ironing when the sun was out, you would simply be taking the heat from the sun and putting it in your iron for free. So here is someone who has actually taken a bill from $1,000 and decreased it 90%. I'd like to do this on every home in this country, but I am fighting.
But you're bad for business, man, because you're going to dent into that power, that fuel company making $48 million profit for the year.
So if you find a donkey, ride it. If you prefer to vote for the same people who keep doing that to you, not lowering your light bill, not giving you a hospital, but giving you plenty pothole, then you please continue to do what you've done for 50 years.
And get what the duck get for another 50.
Well, you know, Naughty, it's sad because there are people out here in the Bahamas that actually do not want a contract. I'm going to leave you with this. I've told all governments that I would like to take 100 young men and women, train them at BTVI in solar, and let them go and install the solar that we would get for free from Canada and Germany with carbon credits, and I would make 100 young people millionaires within 5 years. You've only made 10 millionaires in 50 years, the fuel people. Isn't that insane? It's not about me. It's about empowering the people.
Hey,
we're not
if it's about empowering young Bahamians for the future, you know you have my support with that, because obviously we haven't seen it in that area.
One day we should do a show on how to fix the Bahamas.
We need more than one show to do that, but yeah, we need to think about it and let's possibly do something.
Well, you know, Papa gave us the airwaves to cry, and we use this show. I bet you listen to every caller that calls in from now on for the end of the show, and it's always complain. Where are we going to have the show or somewhere to go listen on how to fix the Bahamas and make our life easier, food cheaper? Did you see what happened with Putin? He's cutting off grain supply. How would we handle $10 or $20 a loaf bread, Naughty, by Christmas? What would we do? Are we planning? Are we planning for the next hurricane? Because the Atlantic is super hot. The water's super hot now. And you know, super hot water means super bad storms. What if those, God forbid, were to come? What is the plan? What have you done differently? Because we know the last guy with Dorian, he wasn't prepared. And if we had a Category 6, what would this guy do? What have you done differently, Naughty?
Just change the political party and the political color. That's about it. We ain't done nothing.
And I'm going to hang up, but I want every other call to call in with a solution. Don't tell me there's a problem with immigration. We know that. Don't tell me there's a problem with the hospital. We know that. I want to hear all the other calls with solutions. I bet you don't get no more calls unless they're complaining. Stop complaining.
Well, you know, we leave it up to you. You normally give us so many solutions with your calls, Graham, that other people don't need to.
Yeah. I like that one. That's a good one, you know.
Anyway.
You done hit so far below the belt, but let's fix the Bahamas for real because...
How I hit below the belt, man? How I hit below the belt? I got on my comedian out today. I've been cracking joke on everybody, man. Join the club.
I'm kidding.
All right.
When you hear generals crying, right?
Yeah, buddy. You know.
But hold on. You're not gonna go get Mr. 12% to come move Mr. 10%, are you?
No.
On that.
Yeah, we need to figure it out, and we need to stop being the conk and electing the same olds every time. All right, Mr. Producer, let's get to the break, man. And on the flip side of the break, we'll flip it up to sports real quick. We got to talk about Mr. Bronny James and his health scare, his cardiac arrest at USC practice. All right, we'll bring you an update on how he's doing. And I need some input on what went down at that Babe Ruth baseball championships out at the stadium. I'm getting conflicting reports. I'm getting all kind of reports, and I'm not getting any report from some of the people involved. They gave me a very minimal comment, and they had to catch a flight. So we got to talk about that as well. And I'll get you ready for the final 10, with Rich Eisen or Colin Cowherd, all right? But good show today, man. Good show today. Everybody fired up. Everybody chiming in. Good stuff. Let me just check a couple of these texts before we get to the break. The people hurt themselves in the Bahamas more than they hurt the F&M and Menace. Brave and Menace is not hurting. PLPs and F&Ms are hurting, and the economy is suffering from taxes and high light bills, while Brave dances and travels around the world and take care of a few trolls and cronies. I'm with Papa. Bring the Simonettes back. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Here we go. Naughty, this is Roast the Lousy PLP Day, right? Their own supporters done turn on them. You know it's an all-time low for that. That's a new day for you now when your supporters turn on you. COI next up. This government gone. Disappointment. Lousy ticks on the Bahamians' backside. Yeah, but I need to see a solid 39 from the COI. Not just possibly 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, people are talking. People are sharing the same sentiment. So we voted no to gaming, and Christie implemented it, but no vote on LNG or NHI. And Christie fumbled the ball. Make it make sense. We haven't forgotten. These people aren't serious, Naughty. They got to be the conks. Naughty, they also brought in a company from North Carolina to run BPL. Florida Power and Light is right there. They now use LNG and reduce their customers' bills by 30%. Why did we pass on it? They don't care about change for the better for us Bahamians. No. They care about themselves. They long stopped caring about us. Anyway, we'll get to the break. Flip side of the break, we'll talk sports. Good stuff, everybody who chimed in this first hour and a half. You're always on point today. You're always fired up. Can't lie.
Ready for something very delicious this summer? Introducing the new Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte. Enjoy the bold flavors of Dunkin' Espresso and sweet, luscious strawberry, all topped with velvety whipped cream and irresistible cookie crumbles for a match made in latte heaven. Make Dunkin' Strawberry Cheesecake Iced Latte your go-to beverage this summer. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Collect. The Bear of the Bahamas has given you 5,000 more reasons to be proud to be 50. Just purchase a 3-pack of Collect at participating liquor stores and bars for your chance to be one of our 5 lucky $1,000 winners. Winners will be announced every Friday starting June 9th. Collect's 5K giveaway to celebrate 50 years of independence is officially on. Just purchase 3 Collect for your chance to be one of 5 $1,000 winners. Follow Collect on social media for more details. Collect, the Bear of the Bahamas. Drink responsibly, but...
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together. And we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations, we're with you on this journey. For every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, Visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, in a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
The Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority invites all private companies and civic organizations to adopt a roundabout. This is your chance to stand out from the crowd, beautify and enhance our local areas for residents and tourists alike, just in time for the 50th anniversary of our independence. With this opportunity, you can engage persons on the go, generate media interest, and promote your company. Stand out and celebrate 50. For more information, you can call 242-604-3750.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
The Tuesday, July 25th edition of Talking Heads continues right now. 5:44 p.m. is the time. Listen, couple of things. We're switching it to sports real quick. I got to big up Pearly. He's under the weather today, not feeling well. So, Pearly, I hope you feel better. Get back in the saddle real soon. All right? Get some rest. Get some fluids. Hydrate. Feel better. All right? And shocking news today. All right? I got the latest update for you from ESPN and the NBA today, so we get you up to snuff. And this is as of maybe 40 minutes ago. So this is the latest news on Bronny James, son of LeBron James. But obviously he suffered a cardiac arrest today at practice at USC. Obviously he's got a scholarship to USC to play for the Trojans. Basketball practice has already started. They're doing their conditioning, and he had a scare. All right. And for lack of a better word, it was a scare. Cardiac arrest was used in the terms. And basically, he suffered a heart attack. Now, he was at practice at University of Southern California and was hospitalized Monday, according to a statement from a family spokesperson. And he's now out of the intensive care unit and in stable condition, the statement said. Yesterday, while practicing, Bronny James suffered cardiac arrest. Medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update media when there is more information. LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. Bronny, 18, is an incoming freshman for USC's basketball team after graduating from Sierra Canyon High School in Los Angeles. The 6'3" combo guard was rated a 4-star recruit and shined in the McDonald's All-American game in March. He averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, and 1.7 steals his senior year of high school, and joined the USC team seeking to reach the NCAA tournament for the 4th consecutive time. So there we have it. That's the latest. We'll get to ESPN in a moment. But again, my thoughts and prayers go out to young Bronny James. Everybody knows how I feel about his pops on the court. That has nothing to do with the respect I have for LeBron off the court and what he does. And part of my off-the-court respect for him is what a tremendous father and husband he is. A great husband and father. And he's definitely in his kid's life. And I know this is a tremendous blow to LeBron and Savannah. But to be honest with you, you look at it from LeBron's standpoint, you know this means the world to him. I can remember his quote, "So damn proud of you, kid," all over Instagram when Bronny committed to attend USC. "I have no words besides I love you." And at the end of the day, if you're a parent, the most important thing is protecting your child and loving your child up, regardless. So I have nothing bad to say today. Just, Bronny, I'm praying for you. I wish you all the health and speedy recovery possible and get back out there playing. Obviously, find out what's going on with the heart. God forbid we don't want another Hank Gathers or Reggie Lewis or Conrad McRae or Pistol Pete Maravich scenario. Lord bless the dead in all those cases. And with the way medical technology goes today, I think Bronny definitely has a future in front of him if they can find out what's going on and get him the correct treatment. But all I'm doing is praying for this kid to make a speedy recovery and get back to what he's doing, what he wants to do, and what he loves, playing the game of basketball. Now, when the whistle blow and they get between them four lines, like LeBron like to say, if he do fool with the Lakers, then I'll be back all over him. But as of right now, I just rooting for Bronny, all right? And you all should too. Put a prayer up for him. There, but for the grace of God, go you or I, especially if you're a parent. So we'll get to the break. And on the flip side of the break, the crew from ESPN will be giving you the latest update on Bronny James as of 45 minutes ago. All right, he's stable condition, and he's still in hospital, but he's in stable condition. And I'll get you the latest update, all right? That's how we're going to go home on the Final 10 today. Great stuff for everybody who chimed in earlier. Quick break, flip side of the break. We'll let ESPN take us home, all right? Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, in a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
The Bahamas Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority invites all private companies and civic organizations to adopt a roundabout. This is your chance to stand out from the crowd, beautify and enhance our local areas for residents and tourists alike, just in time for the 50th anniversary of our independence. With this opportunity, you can engage persons on the go, generate media interest, and promote your company. Stand out and celebrate 50. For more information, you can call 242-604-3750.
Welcome to NBA Today. We have a developing story today in the basketball world. Bronny James, the eldest son of Lakers star LeBron James, suffered a cardiac arrest Monday and is in stable condition. And the James family spokesperson released the following statement saying, quote, yesterday while practicing, Bronny James suffered a cardiac arrest and medical staff was able to treat Bronny and take him to the hospital. He is now in stable condition and no longer in the ICU. We ask for respect and privacy for the James family, and we will update media when there is information available. LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical staff and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. So for more on this story, we are joined now on NBA Today by ABC News chief medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton. So Dr. Ashton, I want to start here. Can you just please explain to all of us what exactly happens during a cardiac arrest?
So first, it's really important for people to understand this is a completely different situation than a heart attack, which then leads to someone's heart stopping. Sudden cardiac arrest, particularly in an elite athlete, can occur for a variety of reasons. We have to remember there's electrical parts of the heart and then there's structural mechanical parts. Either can cause the heart to suddenly stop beating. The most common cause is something that's actually structural and congenital, known as HCM or hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, but we can see it with irregular heartbeats and arrhythmia. Obviously, we saw with Damar Hamlin, commotio cordis, as a result to a blow to the chest. But when the heart stops beating, the clock starts ticking, and that's because every minute that the rest of the body, the brain, the heart, the rest of the vital organs are deprived of oxygenated blood, the chances of survival go down. So again, to echo the James family spokesperson, really the credit is due to the emergency responders and the certified athletic trainers and the coaching staff on scene who was able to apparently perform early bystander CPR, possibly AED use. We know that that is critically important as it is to activate the 911 system and get someone to a hospital.
Absolutely. Dr. Ashton, I think part of what makes this so jarring, right, is that we're talking about a healthy 18-year-old young man. How often does this happen?
Well, remember, I think part of the reason people are surprised when they hear cardiac arrest is they think heart attack. Remember, when you're talking about this population, competitive elite athletes, it is uncommon. We see about 100 to 150 cases of sudden cardiac arrest in these younger athletes in this country every year. That's obviously uncommon, but if that's your child, all it takes is one. So I think that it's important to distinguish this is not a heart attack. This is something completely different. And again, it calls to mind just how important it is to learn bystander CPR and the use of one of those AED defibrillators.
I think the most important thing here, Dr. Ashton, is Bronny's health, his return to normalcy. You mentioned Damar Hamlin a little bit earlier. He's one of many athletes who lent his voice in support, tweeting about Bronny James, wishing him a speedy recovery and saying that he's there for you guys as they come through all of this. But can you just explain for an athlete, what does the recovery and ultimately the likelihood to return to sports look like after a patient has suffered from a cardiac arrest?
Well, first, the mental component. And I've spoken to Damar Hamlin. I've gotten the honor and privilege to get to know him a little bit. He's an incredible individual, but the psychological, mental, and emotional recovery after someone goes through this in some ways can be more significant than the physical one. Standard procedure really physically is to monitor and or manage someone in the acute period of time following an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest in an intensive care unit setting. That's to make sure that neurologically, cardiovascularly, their respiratory system, liver function, kidney function, all organ systems are secure and stable. And then, you know, they don't just get sent home from the hospital, they're monitored in an in-hospital setting. And then we have to try to figure out why the cardiac arrest happened. And that will then determine someone's return to play eligibility.
Dr. Ashton, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us here on NBA Today to explain all of those nuances to us and to our audience. So for more, we are joined now by ESPN NBA reporter Dave McMenamin, who covers the Lakers for us. Dave, what is the latest that you are hearing here from LeBron James's camp?
Well, I was in touch with that James family spokesman on Tuesday morning, and he reiterated to me that Indeed, the James family is appreciative of the support and concern for their son, Bronny, and they want everyone to know that he is in stable condition. But they're kind of closing ranks around this moment. Certainly, they want their privacy to be respected. And as this story develops, as news or information or developments become available, they will disseminate that information. But for now, you're talking about LeBron James, someone who has lived his life in the public spotlight for close to 25 years, and recognizing some of the consequences that's had on his family in terms of their privacy being compromised. They're hoping to focus on the family in this moment, and we will learn more. Hopefully the news continues in a positive direction with Bronny's health moving forward.
Dave, thank you so very much. We, of course, will continue to bring you that news as it unfolds and develops and as the James family shares that information with us. In the meantime, reaction, though, it's been coming in from across the NBA world, across the sports world via social media. Prayers from Trae Young, from Donovan Mitchell, you can see here, and Jason Tatum as well. An outreach, it's not just contained, as I mentioned, to the NBA. It includes words from Bills safety DeMar Hamlin, who's back playing football after suffering a cardiac arrest months ago during an NFL game, and whose recovery really gripped the nation. He said, prayers to Bronny and the James family as well. Here for you guys, just like you have been for me my entire process. This is so scary. We just heard the numbers from Dr. Ashton, but it only takes one. When it is your brother, when it is your sister, when it is your child, to feel that effect. And first and foremost, thank goodness Bronny is okay, right? That medical personnel were able to get to him as quickly as they were able to. And as a sibling, I mean, I can only imagine, right? As a parent, our thoughts are with Savannah, with LeBron, with the entire James family. And I just hope for Bronny's continued recovery here. I want to bring in Chiney Ogwumike, Kendrick Perkins into this conversation. And Perk, I mean, you are a parent. What are your thoughts when you heard this news?
You know, Malika, Chiney, they have a saying, right? You don't know how it feels until you actually have a child. I used to hear that all the time growing up. And to be honest with you, it's when it comes down to your children, one, the last thing that you want to see is your child go through any type of pain or suffering. And the fear of losing your child is a parent's worst nightmare. And when I see parents around the world that have lost their child to whatever the case may be, different type of situations, or their child is going through things, I can only imagine. And the one thing that comes to mind for me is that don't ever think it can't happen to you. I reached out to Bron today, and I just sent him a long, heartfelt message, you know, told him I'm here for him, because we all know that one thing about LeBron James, despite his celebrity, despite how great of a basketball player he is, despite how active he is in the community and what he has done for the whole world, for this generation, he is one hell of a father. And we watch him time and time again on how he always is, you know, promoting and telling people how much he loves his family, how much he cherished being Bronny's father. And when you see things like this happen, it just like put everything in perspective again. And, you know, I just wanted to reach out to him and Savannah and just tell them, hey, praying for, first of all, my nephew Bronny, and I'm praying for the family.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.